All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're looking at something absolutely fascinating. The point where centuries-old historical records crash right into the cutting edge of artificial intelligence. We're going to see how AI isn't just some corporate tech tool anymore. It's actually becoming this incredible new lens for us to understand our own ancestors. It's literally bringing dusty old records back to vibrant life. To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale of what we're talking about here, let's look at the number 75,119. Just imagine maintaining a personal database with exactly 75,119 individual profiles. Oh, and add to that a whopping 148,072 specific source citations. That is the jaw-dropping scale of our subject's roots magic family tree. This is definitely not just a casual weekend hobby. This is a lifetime of painstaking, passionate historical reconstruction. And, to manage a data set of that magnitude, you don't just need a highly organized mind. You increasingly need some really powerful modern tools. So, to figure out how this all comes together, we're gonna unpack a single week in the life of a super passionate genealogist named Randy. We're looking specifically at his Genealogy Potpourri for the week ending July 26, 2026. By zooming in on just these 7 days, we get this perfect snapshot of how he blends centuries-old historical records with modern digital storytelling. Honestly, it's a total masterclass in how to be a modern historian. Section 1, Traditional Roots and Records. This right here brilliantly illustrates the wild contrast of his week. On one hand, you've got the classic roll-up-your-sleeves kind of work. He's transcribing a dusty 1793 quitclaim deed from David and Martha Kirby in Bristol County, Massachusetts. He does this for what he calls a Menuensis Monday. But then, on that exact same day, he's time-jumping over 200 years into the future to generate modern AI videos using Google NotebookLM and Anthropic's Claude. It's just this stunning balancing act, right? Preserving the physical past while totally embracing the digital future. Let's look a bit closer at those foundational tasks. His week is firmly anchored in classic research. He's meticulously curating genealogy news and education bites for his readers. He's constantly tracking database updates across the big platforms, MyHeritage, Find My Past, Ancestry, and Family Search. And he still sits down to write traditional, deeply researched life memoirs, like the one he just finished for his ancestor Samuel Voss, who lived from 1816 to 1880 across New York, Wisconsin, Missouri, and Kansas. This is the absolute bedrock. Because let's be real, without this rock-solid data, the AI would have absolutely nothing to work with. Section 2. The AI Genealogy Revolution. These AI tools are completely transforming raw data into something bordering on magic. We're seeing AI rapidly convert handwritten letters and old census pages into searchable digital text, basically instantly. We're seeing it translate foreign records while actually preserving the historical context. And on the storytelling side, it's generating animated biographies and repairing scratched, blurry old photographs to reveal hidden facial features. It literally takes the cold, hard facts of a census and spins them into an engaging narrative. But here's the thing. AI is really only as good as the person asking the questions. And rather than just asking basic, robotic queries, Randy uses these highly imaginative prompts. He's not just fishing for facts, he's asking for experiences. He asks for a time traveler's visitation to 1783 Westminster. He tells the AI to describe the daily life of 14-year-old Rebecca Spangler in 1846 Mercer County, Pennsylvania. By giving the AI these super specific, geographic, chronological, and personal constraints, he practically forces it to generate a historically plausible, deeply immersive window into his ancestors' actual daily lives. Section 3. Crafting Ancestral Stories. So here's how that imaginative prompting actually pays off in real, beautiful narratives. In just one single week, Randy uses AI to craft these vivid short stories. Step 1, he explores his parents, Betty and Fred, building a life together in July 1944. Step 2, he reconstructs what his grandparents, Emily and Lyle's holiday season might have felt like between Thanksgiving and Christmas in 1917. And finally, step 3, he doesn't just leave these stories scattered all over his hard drive. He neatly organizes everything into a massive, centralized family compendium for his specific family lines. He's essentially acting as the editor-in-chief of his own family's historical magazine, and he's using AI as his lead staff writer. And you know what? It turns out other people are incredibly eager to learn how to do this themselves. Out of his 21 blog posts that week, it is super telling that his readers were the most captivated by one specific post, Anthropic Claude's breakdown of 20 distinct AI use cases for family historians. That one pulled in 351 views all on its own. The big takeaway here is that the genealogy community is hungry for innovation. They appreciate the 1793 deeds, sure, but they really want to know how tools like Claude and NotebookLM can help them make sense of it all faster and better. Section 4. A week by the numbers. 52,253. That is the number of Ancestry DNA matches Randy is currently managing. It is an astounding figure, and what's even wilder is that this number grew by 93 in just a matter of days over this single week. And hey, that's just on one platform. He also has nearly 15,000 matches over on MyHeritage. This is the reality of modern DNA testing right here. The data pool is vast, it's constantly expanding, and it takes some serious vigilance to monitor. But, as we all know, data is pretty much useless if you can't filter it. Out of those tens of thousands of matches, he has successfully whittled it down to 2,214 close matches. In the genealogy world, he defines this as meaning they share 20 centimorgans or more of DNA. That 20 centimorgan threshold is absolutely crucial. It's the dividing line where a genetic connection goes from just being statistical noise to a potentially traceable, verifiable family relationship. It's exactly how you find the needle in a 52,000 match haystack. All of this relentless documentation, the AI storytelling, the DNA filtering, it creates a massive digital footprint. During this single week, his Genea-Musings blog generated roughly 255,000 page views. Think about that. That contributed to well over 637,000 views for the entire month. Even if we account for some internet bots, that is a staggering amount of traffic for a niche historical blog. It really proves that there's a massive, highly engaged audience out there just eager to connect with the past. Section 5. Life Beyond the Records. Now, let's ground all this incredible digital work in reality for a second, because while Randy is time-traveling to 1793 through his computer screen, his week in the real world looks a lot like ours. He is faithfully visiting his wife Linda at a memory care facility multiple times a week. He's making grocery runs. He's doing the totally tedious work of calling a junk dealer to clear out 25% of his garage. He's kicking back to read a Steve Martini thriller called Double Tap, and he's experiencing the very average highs and lows of watching the San Diego Padres play .500 baseball. It just beautifully illustrates that history isn't just something that happened hundreds of years ago. It's something we're all actively living and balancing right now. So, we've seen how beautifully traditional, painstaking historical research can be enhanced by modern, imaginative storytelling tools. We've seen how one guy balances the records of the past with the realities of the present. Looking at your own roots, the ultimate question I want to leave you with today is this: how will AI rewrite your family history? Will you be the one to bring your ancestors' stories back to life? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Until next time, keep exploring.